Hi, Sagittarius. So let's do a 4-layered spread to try to capture as much of the energy as we can that is around you at this time. So I have 2 tarot decks and 2 oracle decks that we will use. Okay, so the King of Cups just flew out, so we're going to take that. But we're going to use these 2 tarot decks and these 2 oracle decks to try to capture as much as we can. So we have the King of Cups, the 10 of Wands, the Empress, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Swords reversed, Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Emperor reversed. Under this deck is the 4 of Wands reversed. Then we're going to get 6 of these oracle cards. So Simplicity popped out, so we're going to take that. So we have Pleasure, Adventures, Enlightenment, Blessings, Courage. Under this deck is Going Forward. So then we'll take 6 of these tarot cards next. So there's the Emperor again, this time in the upright, Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, Death, and 3 of Wands. Wow, almost all of those 6 were majors. We have 5 majors, and then the Moon underneath. And then finally, Sagittarius, we're going to get 2 of these big picture oracle cards, and then we will really get into this. So there's the Ring, the Broken Mirror, and under this deck is the Bear. So there is certainly a message here with the 4 of Wands. Under this deck, there's a personal celebration that's going on with you. There is an inner harmony coming through. You certainly are on your path forward. You're going forward. It feels like you have faced your fears and you feel very powerful to me. So it feels like maybe perhaps recently you have gone through some massive changes, but there's so much going on here, Sagittarius, so much that this might take us a minute to get through all this. I love this energy for you because you're showing up as the King of Cups and Simplicity. You are emotionally balanced right now, and that may be why you're having these personal celebrations. You may have tapped into something that is new for you. You may be learning things. You may be perceiving things differently than you ever have before. You might be untying your karmic spaghetti. You might be realizing your ways that you gave when you shouldn't have been giving, because the King of Cups can do that instead of receiving. So I feel like you are in a really good spot right now, that you are tackling things head on, and it feels like it's bringing you peace. In your very near future, we see the 10 of Swords reversed. I don't necessarily like to see the 10 of Swords reversed, but it does mean that things couldn't possibly get any worse. So the only way is to go forward. And sometimes with this Enlightenment card, the universe puts us through a really uncomfortable squeeze because you are meant to be enlightened by something. So I do feel like in your very near future, something is going to come in to disrupt your peace. Probably because whatever this situation is with the 10 swords in your back, that you have become too enmeshed in this situation. So there's like a need with the Enlightenment card to see it a different way, perceive it differently, take a step back, look at the bigger picture of this, because this feels like there's something that you're meant to release and meant to move forward from. So we do have Going Forward. So I feel like that hasn't happened yet, but there is something that's going to happen where you're going to say to yourself, wow, this situation could not get any worse. But I've made enough peace. I've done enough personal development that I know how to let this go now. So The 10 of Wands and the Emperor are in your challenge position. So these are the things that perhaps are triggering you the most. This is about burdens and your own power and self-discipline. So it feels like you, and we did get the bear underneath this card, underneath this deck too. So it feels like there's still an element of your power that you still need to tap into. We do have two tens. We have the 10 of swords and the 10 of wands here. So there is something going on with you that's really triggering you, something that you're going to see very soon, something that already feels like a burden to you, like you're dragging something along with you, but you can't really find that discipline to release it. This emperor could be a person in your energy too, who might be very controlling. And so that controlling energy is the thing that feels like a burden. But again, it looks like your near future, you're about to step into this where it's just going to become so awful and so bad that you know you have to move forward. Because with enlightenment, the fact that it becomes so bad that there's no other way to see it. There's only one way to see the situation, and that it's time to really move forward from it. So this is great because you see yourself as the Page of Swords and the Chariot. So you have new ideas. You are ready to move forward. We have the card of going forward. We have the bear. So if there is a person in your energy who things are just about to come to a natural ending with, you are ready to move forward with that Chariot card. It couldn't be more clear that that's exactly what you are getting ready to do. And it feels like with simplicity and the King of Cups that you have already done the recuperating, you have rested, and now you're ready to go. You're ready to go. You're ready to go forward and drive that Chariot forward. So this is the area of your of your subconsciousness. So we have the Empress, Pleasure, the Hanged Man, and the Ring. So there's certainly a lot of, your soul feels like it's very much at peace right now. Your soul feels connected to your own truth with the Hanged Man. It feels like your soul is trying to guide you in the right direction, maybe to help you see the patterns that you might be in when it comes to people. But it feels like that's why you're feeling like King of Cups and simplicity right now, because it does really feel like you are in a state where you're mothering yourself, you're nurturing yourself. We saw this with the Four of Wands reversed, that this is about inner harmony. Simplicity is about personal harmony. And it feels like your soul is really trying to show you these patterns you get in with these people or this person or these situations, where you take on these burdens of other people that aren't really yours, but these controlling people around you, you just get stuck in these loops of allowing them back in, which is exactly what your soul is guiding you. The Hanged Man is trying to show you another way of looking at this with enlightenment, where you can now see this person or this situation and not unsee it after that happens. So in your environment, you have the King of Pentacles, Blessings, Death, and the Broken Mirror. So this King of Pentacles is the person we are talking about, the person who may be triggering you, the person who may be trying to control the situation or put burdens on you that are not your burdens. And I think that this person really never really understood exactly what a blessing you are, or that the wealth of happiness or the wealth of whatever you brought to this person, it feels like they never really saw that. And so that's why the Death and the Broken Mirror are here, that this whole situation is going through a profound transformation. And I'm getting that. I'm getting that you are going through a profound transformation, which is now allowing you to see a situation more clearly that you were not seeing before. That perhaps you thought that this person brought you more than they actually did, or that this person was more balanced, or more a greater source of emotion for you, or a greater source of whatever if you're building something, if this is a boss, for example, you may have thought that they brought more to the table than they actually do. But I can see that the pieces are all starting to align. The pieces are all starting to fit together for you, for sure, Sagittarius. So in your past energy, you have the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So there may have been some kind of a collaboration in the past with this person. Things may have been going well for a while. The Wheel of Fortune kind of tells me that too, that you maybe did have a steady flow with this person, that you were organized with them, you were accomplishing things, and there was some harmony. But I can see that that's all changed, and that this person has become too controlling perhaps, or the environment has become too controlling, or there's too much responsibility on you and not enough of someone else coming in to help. Which is why I think you are changing on the inside, because you're confronting yourself and saying, why do I allow people to control me? Why do I allow people to give me responsibilities that are not mine? Why do I do that? And it feels like you're really working through a very personal transformation. So this shadow part of you with the Page of Wands is, you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of inspiration, but even though you're clear about what you can do and clear about what you want to do, it feels like with the Three of Wands that you never allow yourself to do them. You hope and you expect and you believe and you manifest, but you don't actually take the action of the Page of Wands to do it. And that feels a bit like a shadow side. So it does feel like as you work through all this really powerful energy, as you continue to face fears, let people go, see situations for how they are, drive your own chariot forward, go forward, you'll start to prove to yourself just what you are capable of. You'll feel your self-value increase. You will feel your self-confidence increase. And then you'll stop dreaming about your ideas. And at that point is when you'll probably start to actually implement those ideas, because you're going to believe in yourself more than you ever have. So the thing that's on your mind is the Four of Pentacles reversed and adventures. So this is that Page of Wands energy that we were talking about, that you're holding yourself back with the Four of Pentacles. You're holding yourself back. And we saw that here. So until you get that into alignment, until you believe in yourself, you're probably going to stay just watching your dreams from the horizon and not really participating in your dreams. So it does require courage. We see the Courage card here. We see the Emperor in reverse here. We see the Moon card here. So as far as your potential outcome with this, it requires you to really release whoever or whatever this burdensome situation is that is about to get so bad that there's going to be no other way to see this. And then you can rely on yourself to move forward. And I think that's when this wheel is really going to start to turn for you. The energy is really going to shift for you, because the Emperor in reverse and courage, this is you taking courage over this Emperor, this controlling energy that's around you, is you facing that and saying, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. And even though you feel like it requires courage, I think you're going to be so enlightened that you're not going to be able to see any other way. And you're going to say to this person or this situation or this job or whatever, that this is too much for me. This couldn't possibly get any worse. I release this. I'm relying on myself to drive my own chariot forward, face my fears. I have the courage here and overcome this. And that's exactly when you're going to start participating in your own dreams. So there you go, Sagittarius. That is your reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.